So the next thing I wanted to do was to just take you through some of the components that I'm going to use. The first thing that I'm going to use is this Honeywell magnetic contact. We take it out of the plastic bag. If I can open the plastic bag. You can see that it's a fairly simple device. It has a reed switch in here, and that reed switch will mount, and when the magnet that is here comes close enough, the reed switch triggers, and I'll be able to read the position of the garage door. We'll talk about how we're going to, or I'll show you how I'm going to mount it on the garage door appropriately so that the device works in a later video. The next thing that I need is a relay that will enable me to close the garage door or open it using the switch. Now, most of these cheaper and older garage door openers, really the switch there is just simply either a normally open or normally closed switch, and when you press the switch, you're able to tell the unit to go and actually do the open. So what I'm going to go do is utilize this little 5-volt relay to simulate the action of pressing the switch. Now, hopefully we'll be able to put it just in parallel and sort of trigger it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to also monitor the switch when I go to build the application. I haven't looked at that yet. The last piece of kit I need is a little sonar sensor, and I was able to get out and talk to the Maxbotics people, and they recommended for my garage, or for the application, this Maxbotics Max Sonar MB1040 sensor. And so you can see the sensor here. It presents its information off these contacts here, and it can tell me that information either as pulse width, or it can tell me as an analog voltage, or it can actually output it as serial data, depending upon how I configure it. So we'll actually go in and put in some headers in here, and then I'll show you how that works. It comes with a complete data sheet that you can go and have a look at, and you can see the circuit diagram and then how it works, and then a bunch of timing descriptions here. And the last thing that I'll be utilizing is the Intel Galileo. This Intel Galileo is running Windows. It's an image from windowsondevices.com. And if you go up there, you can get the image, the information about how to update the firmware, and then you'll be able to just simply plug it in, use Visual Studio and an extension for Visual Studio to do remote debugging and to deploy code on that. So that's the set of kit that I'm going to use. I may have some other smaller components as we go along, but as we work through, I'll put all of these sensors together and I'll show you them working, and then we can see it all fall together as the final project.